Is the new American dream in owning a tiny home? I'm Marcus Esparza, and I'll have more on that coming up.
New, local, unique. MyTV53 News at 8 starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to San Joaquin Valley's only 8 p.m. news. I'm Giovanna Casanova. We begin with MyTV53's Marcus Esparza, who joins us with the big story. Hi there, Marcus.
Currently, minimalist homes are rising in popularity across the country.
Our house was built by Liberation Tiny Homes. It's 40 by 10, and we've been living here for a year and a half. So at Aconi Bell, you're allowed to go out 15 feet from the house, which is great. So we have a ton of space to add our deck, our pergola, and walkway. Let's go take a look.
Minimalist homes as big as 400 square feet are offering an alternative option for those who cannot afford larger homes. With the rise of the housing market, some people just can't afford to purchase a home in these current times. Living in smaller spaces may mean affordability, but also means letting go of certain comforts, such as extra space for guests or even less ownership of land. With the increased cost of living and high mortgage rates, these smaller homes are changing the standard of middle-class living. Young first-time homebuyers are finding their way into the housing market thanks to these smaller living corridors. Sale of homes less than 500 square feet is only a small fraction, less than 1%, of all new houses built in America, but the trend is growing.
We were able to really think about what we wanted each space to function like for us, which I think is one of the most unique things about tiny houses. Every layout is so unique to the individual and what they like and what they need in their lives, because it's kind of a condensed down version of everything around you. But there are, of course, challenges because it is a small space, and if you want to have an open area in the living room like we did, then you also, might have your storage a little high up and you might be 5 foot. So, there are some challenges that come with that.
With more affordability with smaller homes in today's market, tiny homes are more likely to increase in demand. I'm Marcus Esparza, reporting for MyTV53 News at 8.
Developing from Fresno Police, we have a homicide investigation update. Shortly before 11 p.m. on Saturday, February 17, 2024, officers from the Northwest Policing District responded to San Gabriel Avenue and Pleasant Street for a report of a gunshot victim. Officers arrived and located 35-year-old Lucio Flores Diaz, suffering from a gunshot wound. Mr. Diaz was transported to CRMC for treatment. However, he did not survive his injuries and was pronounced deceased. Homicide investigators arrived and initiated an investigation. Detectives discovered that the victim was involved in a confrontation with another individual in front of a residence when he was fatally shot. We are asking for the public's assistance with any information on this case. This is the third murder of 2024. This just in from our partners at calmatters.org, a California hospital that left a county of 160,000 people without critical emergency care when it shut down 13 months ago, took a significant step towards reopening last week, and it could begin accepting patients as early as summer. That's good news for the residents of Madera County, but the court-approved deal to revive the hospital elicited mixed reactions among some San Joaquin Valley leaders who wanted a different option. A bankruptcy court last week approved a bid from a Modesto-based hospital management company, American Advanced Management, Inc., to take over and reopen Madera Community Hospital. That decision effectively shot down last-minute proposal from industry powerhouse UCSF Health and Adventist Health. Several lawmakers from the region had endorsed the UCSF Adventist plan and said in written statements after the bankruptcy hearing that they were still pulling for that proposal. Learn more about this at calmatters.org. Life isn't fair, and that's especially true in the world of high school robotics competitions. Project 212, a first robotics competition team from Ignacio Valley High School in California, faces more challenges than most. Experience is short and resources are limited. Project 212 believes in itself, though, but its grit, devoted mentors, and an unwavering focus on teamwork enough to compete against the best teams in the world. Learn more from PG&E and follow their journey and grit, focus, and teamwork.
We had a small engineering class here at Ignacio Valley High School.
All right, everyone listen up.
My students said, we want to do something more. We want to do robotics.
Monday through Friday, we'd be here until 6, 7, 8. Saturdays are even more intense.
Yes, you can say that again.
Oh my gosh, like these people are just like me. They're just passionate about something and they're going towards it. I've always been interested in like designing things and just making things. So I had to really become creative with what I had on hand.
It was really difficult coming here, not knowing English. I felt out of place.
I never expected to use a computer in school because I grew up poor. Now I do all this cool stuff with robots.
This room was closed for 8 years. It was a dumping ground. Unwanted old machines here, bird poop all around. That's how we started. Room 212, hence Project 212.
Can I have the orange wrench?
Why do you keep doing this?
Because I'm crazy. Ignacio Valley High School is a Title I school, which means we cater to underserved community. We have students who can't afford this type of program. So when I heard about what FIRST Robotics can offer, I believe that this is something that could change the lives of students here at YV.
The problem that we had with the pit before is that all of our tools were all around the place, and when we need something, right, we can't find the thing that we need. That's why you guys organized it this year.
I moved here in 2015 from San Francisco del Rincón, Guanajuato, Mexico. I just started seeing all of this more advanced technology and I got inspired by it.
I was really just a shy kid. School started, they were like, we have this robotics club. Hey, that's kind of interesting. I want to join.
In FIRST Robotics, the season starts in January. You're supposed to be building a robot that would perform certain tasks. Let's say, pick up a ball and shoot the ball. And at the end, your robot needs to raise itself up on a platform. The kids are given 7 weeks to 8 weeks in order for them to finish that robot.
My role was to create the arm subsystem. I had to really communicate between elevator and claw to make sure, like, okay, you need to be able to hold this much of my weight and of the claw's weight.
I like the testing because you get to test it until it breaks, which is really fun to me. You know, we just go really hard with the robot, and if it breaks, it's a good thing for us because, you know, that means that we know what not to do, and we also know what to change as well.
We were thinking, okay, do we want a rigid arm or a telescopic? We had to prototype as quickly as possible and get the best design going.
We have a lot of dedicated students. 75% are Hispanic, and then 40% are females. This is intentional. What we're trying to do here is balance the scales.
Coming into high school, the people that I looked up to as a kid actually told me that I couldn't go to college because I was a woman. I was really discouraged from pursuing engineering as a career. One of the things that actually Miss Alvarico said that made me really stick to this was, I'm gonna make a leader out of you.
I always encourage the kids, don't let our situation stop you from doing your best, creating your best.
Thank you all so much for being here. Hello everyone and welcome to the Project 212 2023's Robot Reveal. The team worked tirelessly together to create a revolutionizing robot for competition. With a job like this, of a team's hard work in 7 weeks, 4,885 hours, how can it be done without mentors?
When we started this team, the mentors and I thought about, what are we doing this for? Are we doing this for winning? For us, the learning is the #1 thing. We're here to teach the kids and make sure that they learn valuable skills that they could use in life.
I had no idea how much opportunity these students have to learn not only about engineering, but marketing and communication. I was in high school many years ago, and I so wished that there was something like this.
The moment you've all been waiting for. Listen up, team. When I say 2-1, you say 2. 2-1. 2-1. When I say full, you say crumb. Full. Full.
Do you know where the robot is? It's coming?
Go up.
It won't fit.
We really need to get a trailer.
Good morning. Happy Robot Day.
There's some serious teams. That are just way better than we are. It feels like a coliseum, like a gladiator fight. It's terrifying.
Hey, let's keep doing that, and then let's just keep testing our shooting cube up high. Because if we can perfect backing up, hey bro, we're godly.
Hey guys, can you stop working? We have a special guest here. Okay, she's an engineer, and she's here to find out more about your robot.
Tell me about your robot. What's your strategy here?
So basically, for this game, we ended up with a West Coast drivetrain. The main pivot is right here.
Nice.
So we can reach on the floor.
To continue to support your journey in STEM education, I'd like to present you with a $10,000 check from PG&E. So the $10,000 is going to the purchase of the first trailer.
Well, that does it for your first few minutes of Nonstop News at 8, but don't go anywhere because we're just getting started. Still to come.
What rap artists have a new drink coming out? I think they should have done this a long time ago. And the next time you go to the movies, maybe you'll see the Bob Marley movie this weekend. You would not believe the bacteria that's inside movie theaters. All that and more coming up with Incas.
Plus, we will have a look at your forecast. New, local, unique. This is MyTV53 News at 8. Welcome back. A new California bill would require landlords to accept pets. The bill, formerly known as AB 2216, was introduced by Assemblymember Matt Haney, D. San Francisco, and is considered to be the first legislation of its kind in the nation. The bill is intended to bar property owners from asking about pets on applications, prohibit additional monthly fees for pet owners, also known as pet rent, and limit pet deposits. KQED reported. Time to see what's happening in Kern County for our viewers on KNXT. Here's the Kern County Multimedia team.
Coming up on Around Kern County, February is Safely Surrendered Baby Awareness Month. We're sharing details on this important campaign and how you can get involved. And the March primary election is right around the corner. We're sharing everything you need to know about how to cast your vote when Around Kern County starts now. Welcome to this week's Around Kern County. I'm your host, Ali Soper. We're beginning this week's show with an important awareness campaign being led this month by Kern County's Department of Human Services. Anna Marie Odo has more.
This week, our Board of Supervisors declared February as Safely Surrendered Baby Awareness Month here in Kern County. This campaign, organized by DHS, is in partnership with other local community groups working to make a difference. All month long, residents will see everything from PSAs to social media designed to educate and inform. The Safely Surrendered Baby Law helps vulnerable newborn infants at risk of abandonment by encouraging their parents or those in lawful custody to safely surrender them within 72 hours after birth, no questions asked. Once surrendered, these sweet babies can be then adopted and placed into loving homes.
Nathan started his life out at 23 weeks premature, and he was born at 1 pound, 4 ounces. He was 10.5 inches long, and his birth mother made the selfless decision to safely surrender Nathan while at the hospital. That decision in the Safe Surrender program allowed Nathan to get the much needed care in the loving forever home that he needed. So as you can see, our family has been positively affected and impacted by the Safe Surrender program. At the heart, the Safe Surrender program is about saving lives. By providing a safe and confidential way to surrender newborns, we prevent tragic outcomes and offer hope to families in crisis.
Throughout Kern County, a newborn baby can be safely surrendered into the hands of staff at any hospital, emergency room, or fire station. Here in Kern County, 98 newborn babies have been safely surrendered since 2008, including 3 just last year. To learn more about this meaningful campaign, please visit kcdhs.org.
We're less than 1 month away from California's March 5th primary election. And if you're a Kern County registered voter, expect your voter information guide from California's Secretary of State and sample ballot to be hitting your mailbox if it hasn't already. And as of today, all Kern County registered voters should have received their mail-in ballots from Kern County's elections office. If for some reason you haven't, please contact that office to have it reissued at 661-868-3590 or email elections@kerncounty.com. You can also visit them in person at 1115 Truxton Avenue in Bakersfield on the first floor during normal business hours. Our Auditor Controller County Clerk, Amy Espinoza, joins us now with all of the ways we can share our voice this election season and how she's working to ensure the process is safe and smooth.
We have security measures in place. There are physical security around the ballots, for example. So once ballots are voted, they do require 2 people to be with the ballots at all times. There's a strict security log from the time our voted ballots are boxed up at the poll sites until they get to our office and they're reconfirmed that those seals have not been broken. And then once we start processing, there's reconciliations throughout the process. Well, voters should know that regardless of how they vote, whether they're voting their vote by mail ballot or they come into the poll place on election day, it's really important that everyone understands every single ballot we receive is counted and every single vote is included in our final results.
For more information, please visit kernvote.com.
I'm Athena, the Greek goddess of gossip, and as I said back in the day in 1993, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are laid back with their mind on their money and their money on their mind. I can't believe that they haven't even done this since 1993. The song Gin and Juice is now going to become a reality. They're coming out with drinks very soon, okay? They showed a video, a commercial about it. I'll definitely keep you informed, but it is Hollywood gossip and kind of like what's trending put together because these drinks are coming out. It says parental advisory, advised because it's alcohol, right? It's gin and juice, and their flavors are going to be apricot, citrus, melon, and passion fruit. Those are definitely going to be the drinks of the summer, I'm sure. I'm going to see Madonna this weekend in Sacramento. She fell off her chair in Seattle on Sunday night. The video's going around. You could Google it yourself. It wasn't really her fault because she was sitting on the chair and you could see the video. One of her dancers, it was part of the routine. They were dragging her, and while they dragged her, she fell off. So it was probably both of their faults. Then she had a bacterial infection. I bought tickets like a year or 2 ago. She's finally performing in Sacramento this weekend. Cannot wait to see her. The ticket prices aren't really that bad at all, to tell you the truth. I think I paid like a little over $200. That's pretty good for concert prices. I also paid about $200 to go see Beyonce a few years ago in Santa Clara. Beyonce has a new song out. It's really cool. All over the radio stations. Her new CD is dropping in about a month or so. And if you look at TikTok, country stations are refusing to play her song, but it's very catchy. It's about Texas Hold'em. So Beyonce is very hot right now. She also shares her hair routine, and she funded $500,000. She funded a grant for cosmetology schools and salons. So I thought that was amazing. I mean, she's got all the money in the world, right? So I went to see the Bob Marley movie. Loved it. Learned a lot about the man. I'm not spoiling anything because if you Google his story, he grew up in Jamaica, lots of violence happening there. He was shot at. His wife was shot at. His wife was raising other other woman's kids that Bob had kids with, but she was a strong woman. She was one of his backup dancers. And I didn't know this, he's half white. He had a white father that took off on him, excuse me, and his mom raised him. A new study looked at movie theater seats. Did you know that there are many colonies of bacteria? So when you actually go to the movies, you guys, I didn't put two and two together, but the cup holder and the seats, especially like, I guess it doesn't matter if the seats are a recliner, I would bring a wipe with you because we don't know how much movie theaters are wiping down their seats. It's still a great experience. I love the music, so that one's out as well as Madam Web. And the other movie I'm excited to see, because a lot of the new movies that are coming out these days, I don't know, Dune, they just don't excite me. Wicked is coming out around Thanksgiving. I saw the commercial during the Super Bowl. That one looks amazing. But if you're going to go see the movies, I would definitely still suggest Madam Web and what did I say, Bob Marley? The music's amazing. The story's amazing. Hush Hush and Off the Record and on the QT. I'm Athena, the Greek goddess of gossip. One love, baby. Peace out.
Class 79 from the Fresno Fire Department learned how to drive a fire engine this week. Take a look.
This is week 7 of our fire academy, and it is the week of the fire engine. They learn how to drive and operate a fire engine. We bring in a cadre of instructors that we partner with that teach them. The fire engine is to the firefighter what a horse is to a cowboy. It's what takes the difference makers and the tools to the emergency. So it all starts on a course, kind of a sea of orange cones. So it's really important that our firefighters understand the fire engine and know how to operate that in a safe manner, in an effective and efficient manner, because it's just a vital part. It takes some getting used to driving something like that. It turns different, it brakes different, it reacts to sudden movements different, and so they have to spend time this week learning how to get comfortable in such a large machine. It's not like the car that they drove to work. It weighs about 44,000 pounds, they're about 30 feet long, about 10 feet high, and so they weigh almost 4 times as much as the car that they're used to driving. And you also have a lot of vehicle behind you, and so the back swings out further than you're used to, and it's a tall order to get comfortable in a fire engine in a week. And we require our firefighters to be able to drive a fire engine because they could very easily end up in a situation where they have to drive a fire engine. One of the things we do with every class that comes through here, it's an exercise, we call it Stairway to Heaven. They have to get to the very top of our training tower, and they can only use ground ladders.
Let's get a final look at your weather. Partly and mostly sunny skies are in the forecast. Highs will be in the 60s. Next chance of rain, not until next Monday. Well, that does it for your news at 8. Thanks for watching. I'm Giovanna Casanova, and have a good night.